Hello everyone. Next up we have 3x Skip Nami, one of my favorite characters in the game. She's still very focused around her lightning, and she's one of the characters that I feel the limit level break actually harms her in some ways, which I'll go over why during the moveset overview. She gains a couple of strings that kind of ruin the utility of her moveset. Okay, so first we have the square string. It's fast, but it doesn't have much crowd control at all. It's overall, it's one of the weaker strings in the game, but luckily it's fast because you're gonna need to get into other strings from this, so it being a fast string helps out since it's not a very useful string to use on its own. And as you see on the third hit is whenever it puts the clouds out. Next we have square, triangle, triangle, triangle. This is her launcher. This move, I mostly use just the first hit. Like against bosses, it's a really good juggling tool. Just to loop it and dash cancel it. Really good juggling tool. And you can still follow up after everything up to the final hit by just dashing. The second hit is where you get your clouds, if you're trying to get clouds. So up to that hit, she can dash cancel and get a combo follow-up. The finisher will knock the enemies away. And if you want to follow up after that, you just use thunder. The lightning. Hold on, let me try to show it real quick. So the clouds you put on them, you can just use lightning to hit them after knocking them away. Next we have square, square, triangle, triangle, triangle. One of her better combo strings, good to use from outside the crowd rather than in the middle of it, because you can get hit in the back easily. But if you kind of use it from outside the crowd, it's a pretty solid crowd control tool. And it puts clouds on the first hit. Next we have square, 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 triangle. This is her thunder call. This is obviously one of her better strings because it calls the thunder. So what I like to do is something like square, triangle, dash cancel, square, square, square when they're juggled in the air. Just do the square, 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 triangle string. So that's a good easy setup. Next we have square, 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 triangle. This move is really weird. I use it a lot, but I have a hard time saying it's like super useful. I just like how it looks. It looks cool. It kind of throws the enemies out and it has a high stun rate. But the startup is a bit slow, so you have to use it kind of far away, or otherwise you can get hit out of the startup. But if you use it more into the crowd, you're going to hit a lot more enemies, but it becomes a bit unsafe. So it's an interesting move. I like to use it a lot, but I wouldn't say it's always that useful. It's just a fun move to use. Next we have triangle, triangle, triangle. Pretty straightforward string. Much like her square string, it just doesn't have a lot of crowd control in the first two hits. The last hit has a little bit of crowd control, but not a lot. I don't use this string a whole lot. Next we have triangle, square, square, square. This string has a really interesting finisher. If you can hit that finisher, it's so good. So good for damage and for stunning, but it's not easy to set that finisher up. You see it has a lot of crowd control as well. The first 2 hits are good to throw into a combo and like dash cancel or just go into lightning. Then the finisher takes a bit of time to set up, but if you can set it up, it's a really strong move. Alright, so next we have triangle, triangle, square, square. This string gets ruined by level break, in my opinion. And the reason for that is, let me go away from the enemies so I can better display this. The first hit will throw out the clouds, but then when you limit level break her, the second hit shoots this lightning orb, which knocks all the enemies away from the clouds, and it knocks the enemies away from the follow-up. So let me show you the finisher. See, the finisher will normally vacuum the enemies up right next to the clouds you just laid, so that you can use thunder as a finisher. But if you use this whole string, the little lightning ball is gonna push all the enemies away, and then your follow-up is not gonna work correctly. It's a really, really bad addition. I don't know why they kind of put that there. I don't know if they really thought that out, but she actually gets a little bit hurt by that. Now you can dash cancel past that part of the move, but then you have to like position yourself. It's a really unfortunate addition to her moveset, because I really like her as a character. Really fun to play as, and you kind of have to work around that really awkward addition they add to her moveset once you limit level break her. Now her specials. The special 1. A little bit of a crowd control tool. Good to just use when you're trying to deal some damage or get some of the enemies off of you. But it's not particularly amazing as a special move. Next we have her special 2. The one I prefer to use. Better crowd control and really good for stunning bosses and using as like a combo finisher. Okay, so that's it for her moveset. Oh, her R1. Her R1 is her Thunderbolt. Of course, the more clouds you have thrown out, the more thunder you're gonna get. So obviously this is a move you're gonna use a lot for whenever you're ready to deal a lot of damage or clear crowds. That's pretty much what her gameplay revolves around. It revolves around setting up thunder. So it's very important to learn how to set up thunder and to take advantage of it, you know, never just like lose setup potential. Or not, I shouldn't really say it that way, but setup opportunities, because it's a very integral part of her gameplay. And if you're not really using the thunder, you're not going to be doing a lot with her. Okay, so setups. I kind of already went over some setups, but largely Nami doesn't have like a ton of really complex setups. Mostly like I was showing earlier, you're going to want to do like square, triangle, dash, dash, or dash, square, 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 triangle. You see, into the thunder. So that's a really strong combo to use against the boss. You can also do like square, triangle, dash, triangle, triangle, square, square, square. You know, even though the lightning kind of hurts that move, it's still a good move to just throw out as a crowd control tool. Especially for the finisher. The finisher is the best part of that move. Let me just go over here to this room and I'll do some stuff with her. Okay, so I'm gonna start with the triangle, triangle, square, square, square string, so I can kind of thin out the crowd. Kizuna Rush is really important for her because it helps her lightning come out quicker. See, her lightning comes out almost instantly once you have her in Kizuna Rush, which allows her to become one of the absolute best crouch clearers in the game. Nami's a very straightforward character. One thing I want to say about her is she has a lot of not that great moves, but then she has lightning. Lightning is everything for her. It is pretty much what her whole gameplay revolves and relies around, especially when you're tackling more challenging content. It's just the lightning is so strong, and the rest of her moveset is something you just have to learn how to use. You're pretty much going to learn how to use the rest of her moveset so that you can get the most out of lightning. Alright, so I can try to show that setup. Square, triangle, triangle. So there you go. Just a square triangle into the square, square, square triangle, which you can loop. You can just repeat that. Kills bosses very quickly. Let me show her taunt real quick. Her taunt, she'll put her glasses on. Or take them off. She has a lot of different costumes, so she has different taunts, I believe. This is her strong-willed costume, which is free DLC. Alright, so that's pretty much it. Nami is a character that has one of the weaker movesets in the game, but she has lightning. And learning how to set up into lightning and get the most out of lightning setups is what makes her a very strong character. She's actually one of the characters I use to S rank the whole game because lightning is just so powerful and quick at doing what you need to do to get S ranks in this game. So that's pretty much it. If you guys have any questions, just leave a comment. Thanks for watching.